For families who rely on government help to get food on the table, there could be some changes on the way. Federal money, big cuts for food assistance will cost the state millions to maintain that service. Lexi Lepoff looking into this. This is centered around the SNAP program.
Yeah, Ted, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program was largely federally funded, but with budget cuts, it's on the state to cover the cost. There are two major changes in the funding, and once they go into effect, the state is looking at more than $160 million to keep serving the same amount of Tennesseans who rely on it now.
Changes are going to be critical to those who need SNAP.
Second Harvest Food Bank seeing a 20% increase in demand for food over the last 2 years, now anticipating more need after federal cuts to SNAP.
It's going to make it harder on families, some of them, and again, they're going to be dependent on Second Harvest for food.
A report from Tennessee Commission on Children and Youth is outlining two major changes in federal funding for SNAP. The state is looking at $165 million more a year to keep the program funded at the same level.
This is a new obligation that we've never had as a state before.
The first change comes in 2027. States will now have to pay 75% of administrative costs. That's up from 50%, costing about $35 million more.
How are we going to plan to absorb those new costs, which can be pretty significant?
The biggest cost comes from a change in 2028. That's when states could have to pay up to 15% of the SNAP benefits they receive based on error rates. Right now, that costs the state nothing. But after the change, it could cost more than $70 million.
We need to make sure that the errors are not at the administrative level.
That error rate is determined by the over and underpayment of benefits distributed. Last year, Tennessee's was 10%. The lower it is, the less they have to pay.
To me, it's always real important for the money to go to direct services as much as possible.
In Lexi, it's up to lawmakers here in the state to find the money in the budget somehow.
Yeah, Ted, and I asked Senator Massey if she felt confident it would happen, and she said, quote, absolutely. But it is still early. There are a lot more steps before the legislature votes on the budget next spring.
All right, Lexi Lepoff, thank you.